Hello everyone and welcome back to another Mara and MicroStrategy stock planning charts update video. We're going to cover both of these stocks today because it's been a while since I covered MSTR and I really want to cover Mara, especially since Bitcoin earlier today has had last time I checked it was a 5% move down, but it did recover most of it and I believe it might be in the green if ever pretty much flat. So we're going to cover all three of these assets in order to better understand how we can approach the dip that Bitcoin has seen. Actually, it hasn't recovered at all. It's still down roughly 5%. So before we do get started, everything in this video is just my own personal opinion. It is not financial advice, and it is just a way. This is just a way for me to express my views, express my trades with you guys, share it with you guys, and hopefully motivate a lot of new traders or anyone that really likes crypto and crypto related assets. That's the whole goal of this, right? So real quick, there's a member in the Discord community. He's been posting. His name is Taha, and I have a link to my website down below. It's a free Discord server. It's just an invitation link in that website. So if you like crypto and if you want to be part of a crypto community, it's all free. You got everyone is welcome to join. So yeah, Taha posted two images today in the community, and I thought they're really very useful. And actually, they were like pretty much spot on. So the one I'm gonna put up right now, he was showing like a potential support area, pretty much at $60,000. And we did see Bitcoin. It seems to have dropped a bit more aggressively than the chart shows, but it's looking real good because if this chart were to if it does hold up and it does become valid, we can see this pretty much. So from the start of the chart, we can see it kind of it works its way up and then it kind of falls back down a little bit aggressively, but it's looking real good. It's looking real good, and I really like that micro time frame that's on the on that. And then one more thing, this other chart right up here, I'm going to post it right now. This one kind of fell a little bit further below the support areas that he was looking at, although it still shows the future support areas that Bitcoin can be looking at right now as well. And I really like that chart as well. It's a very simple chart, and that's what I really appreciate about it. It's very easy to look at and understand. But that first one's my favorite. That first one's looking real good, and I can clearly see how Bitcoin can easily go up to $70,000, back up to $70,000 from current levels from those charts. So I really Taha did an amazing job with those charts. I really appreciate. I really appreciate you, man. It's nice to look at other people's charts. I really like looking at everyone else's charts, especially when they're really easy to look at, just like that. But my view or my charts on Bitcoin is going to look like this, right? So we know that Bitcoin failed to find support in this area, but here's what I like, or here's something that I'm very highly focused on right now, right? So I'm going to overlap a few things, and then I'm going to delete them just so we can. I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of some context on the overall picture of this corrective move. So ever since like mid-March, we've been seeing the beginning of a very extended, many month out corrective move on Bitcoin, with the low potentially being in until we finally recover to all-time highs. The low, I cannot confirm the low to be in, although um, in my opinion, I'm approaching this as if the low is in, because I highly believe the low is in, and then we can finally start moving higher up soon enough, especially with interest rates just around the corner, right? Let me make sure I'm still recording with my mic. Okay, didn't run out of battery. So, real quick, right? So if you were to start from the beginning of the fourth wave correction, which is the end of the third wave rally, overall third wave rally, and we bring it all the way to the bottom, right? And then we we want to do a little bit of we'll do this, right? So this section right here, and then we can delete this now. We can delete that, and then we're gonna do one more. So this is my retracement area for this stock, right? From this overall move, right? The green one is this move right here. That's what the green one is. So we have the overall corrective move. We have a more smaller structure corrective move. And together what this tells us is that they both align quite well in this zone right here. So anything from, around this 0.5, so half of the discounted area and the entire premium area, it's a really, really good support line, right? So this is where we want to see Bitcoin really show a lot more strength and begin to, begin to recover higher. And the reason I point out these two overlapping areas is because they align very, very well, almost spot on. And I just feel like that's something noteworthy, right? So this is a very, very strong support area. If it was going to act as a resistance, we would have seen that by now. We would have easily seen prices break below this because there was plenty of volume, plenty of sell orders to push this crypto down more. But we obviously are, in bullish territory, right? Because we're holding this quite well, and we don't have confirmation of a reversal just yet, but I am very, very confident that we're finding good support in this area, right? We don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but understanding the move structure we have here, right? Understanding that you can even do this too. You can start from the bottom of the potential fourth wave up to the highest swing high we have right here as well. What that looks like is a support area within this level here as well, right? So we have a support area everywhere from here to here. So with that being drawn out, we're in that square, right? So this is a really good support area as well within this other larger support area that's also supported by the bigger picture like discounted zones for good support, right? So understanding that Bitcoin may be looking to reverse higher from here, or at least have a retracement higher, and we are in pretty decent support area right here. Understanding that, right, we can look at Mara, because with Bitcoin's recent dip that we just saw today, just now as well, we can know that this is definitely going to be broken tomorrow and going to retest this red. This is why in every single video, pretty much every video that Mara is involved, right? I say that I am focused on accumulating in the red zone, not doing anything until we start breaking into the first level confirmation, which we got rejected. So we're still looking for first level confirmation. This is where I was looking to slowly begin to unload shares, because we can easily be rejected. Now with Bitcoin falling lower, I was able to, show you guys the risk involved with, filling this gap and then trying to find consolidation within this area. It's very risky. That's why I kept saying we want to see consolidation in this area before we can potentially start looking at more of a bullish structure where we can rely on some long positions a little bit more, right? But we didn't get that. We got a rejection. Now with Bitcoin falling lower, we're going to be retesting this zone down here. Due to my personal belief that that Bitcoin is looking to bounce higher from here, that we aren't going to see an extended drop like we've seen previously. It's time that Bitcoin begins to move higher. It's very overextended. This is a risk I'm willing to take. So with Mara falling back down tomorrow, it's very, very possible. We have seen a lot of price strength recently with this stock, so we might not see much of a dip into this area. It might be very shallow, just like here where it's very shallow. But any dip again into this area, I'm looking to add to Mara, right? Because it makes sense to me. It's like Bitcoin, well, it's still showing very bullish signs, because even though it did have a recent dip, it's still looking strong. It didn't move down much more. We still have the possibility of falling a bit lower and breaking a little bit deeper into the 50s. Maybe like, we can get very close to 57,000. It's very, very possible. But we have a really, really solid support area in here, right? Based on three different fib retracement levels, right? And then we were able to determine this area right here. So this is a very, very important square, right? And or zone, area, whatever you want to call it. So understanding that, Mara could dip below, but this is where I'm looking to begin to accumulate and add more, because it's going to be in my accumulation zone. This entire gap is a test. The gap, being able to fill the gap and hold in the green, is the test of if the bulls are strong enough, if there is truly enough bullish momentum, which with rate cuts coming up soon, there's going to be a lot of hype that's going to build up, and it's going to push these stocks higher, at least not higher like massively push it higher, but I mean like push it higher and fill in these levels and these gaps that we're looking for, right? So we want to see price strength, not just in this area, but we want to see those gaps being filled. That's why I stay away from gaps. Gaps is a holding period for me, right? So yeah, I'm looking for this to retest the red, and I'll begin to very carefully accumulate with this stock, right? We're not going to focus on what comes up after, because we're going to focus on what's happening right now, right? There's no reason to worry about the roof if you don't have the walls built, right? If that makes sense. So now with MSTR, this one's quite simple. If Bitcoin continues to hold low when market opens, we can see this line being broken, and we can go ahead and see that 0.35 area being retested once again, right? We can see this area being retested once again. And actually, there's something I want to show you guys on Bitcoin. I'm going to jump into that after this, and then we'll wrap it up there, right? Yeah, this one's super, super simple, right? We may just get a retest of the 0.35 support area and consolidate around it once again. This is, that's pretty much it, right? And I still see bullish momentum being built, so we can finally, this area, although still possible, because Bitcoin can easily retest major swing lows, it's very, very unlikely, although possible, very, very unlikely. I'm not even worried about it. I'm not even worrying about it. This is more possible than this, but I'm not even worried about it, because it'll be mind-blowing if we do retest that. So most likely we're going to retest tomorrow the 0.35 area, and we might accumulate there for a bit longer, right? Because even though interest rate cuts are coming up, it does not mean that we need to see price appreciation on any asset. We still have just over 20 days left before the first rate cut happens, if it happens, but it most likely will, right? We still have just over 20 days. Anything can happen within those 20 days. Consolidation, we can see a lot of selling. We can see anything happening. Do not let hype and fear of missing out take over, because no matter how much good news there is out there, does not mean any asset has to go up in price. It does not. It does not matter how much good news there is. It's not, because there's been good news for Bitcoin this entire year, and we're still holding. It's been like what, just about 6 months or whatever, and we still haven't seen a new all-time high. Come on, guys, just be patient. Understand that you got to focus on the charts, not on the news, right? The news is just a supplement to the charts, but the charts is going to tell you what's going to happen, right? But once Bitcoin does finally start to recover higher and make new all-time highs, that's when I'm trying to. That's when I'm expecting this stock to be in this area. But this can easily last 2 months. We can easily be below. We can easily stay in this area for 2 months. Bitcoin does not have to jump up. It's expected to, but it does not have to jump up right now, right? It can take some time, weeks. It can take 2 months, right? So we need to be very, very cautious on that, especially. So MicroStrategy, yeah, if we see a $130 tomorrow, yeah, it's personally, I believe it's a really, really good purchase, or at least a good idea to accumulate, right? And then same with Mara, right? Like I'm looking to accumulate in the red once again, right? And then take advantage of retesting the gap once again, and that's an easy, like, conservatively speaking, 10% right there, right? And it's something that may not happen right away. Like, we can easily see the price fall down, but in order to reach, you know, even just underneath the 0.35, it can take time. Like, this isn't something you should be doing like 1 week out expiry if you're looking at options or whatever. It's something that needs to be approached very carefully. Like, if you're able to do covered calls on this at this level, that would be a really, really good idea, in my opinion. Although, um, like, this can easily last. We can easily be trading in this gap for the entire September month, right? It's extremely possible. And then one last thing to wrap this up, right? So it's very important, very, very important that you guys are being patient, that you guys understand that things can take time no matter how much good news there is out there. You gotta be patient, you gotta be cautious. Don't, like, if you're not able to look at a stock, look at it as an opportunity, and then not even look at it for an entire week and then come back. Like, if you're not, like, if you feel like you're very, very glued to something, like, think twice before jump into any conclusions you make on a stock, because it's an extremely volatile market right now, and there's good stuff coming up soon. There's good stuff coming up soon, but it does not mean you need to rush it. Do not rush it. What I wanted to go over real quick was there's, like, you know a potential of even seeing this go up and then retest this descending resistance, right? So we can even see it go up and then potentially even see weakness in that area right there. It's extremely possible, right? And then the possibility of this being a very large triangle pattern. So the possibility of this coming down, retesting purple, is still very possible, even with this very strong support area. But this is where risk management needs to be taken into place. How much of your trading capital for a certain period of time are you using on this, right? Understanding levels. If you're able to break down levels and know how much you're going to add to your positions by levels, and then knowing your resistance levels of where you're looking to shave, right? So it's, does that make sense? Knowing where you're going to be accumulating, knowing how much you're going to be accumulating depending on your percentage. Are you going to risk like 3% of your portfolio on this? And also within that 3%, are you looking to, do you have like 4 levels of buy orders and then a stop loss for them? Or do you have like 5 or 2, or do you just have one buy order level, right? So you need to know how you're going to accumulate into this and how long you're willing to hold on to the trade if it tends to consolidate. Are you willing to hold on to it for like till the end of September, just for 2 months, or what is your plan? So, like, don't be hopeful, don't be hopeful, guys. Be cautious here, be strict. Understand your trading strategy, and don't let yourself down, because the moment you become hopeful, the moment you shy away from your trading strategy, it's where it gets messy, and it's not worth your time. It's not worth your time. So yeah, there's potential resistance here, potential support here, potential support here. Trade depending on your risk tolerance, right? Manage your trades, keep up with them, set alerts. Don't be scared to use stop losses. Don't be scared to, you know, um, create like buy order levels to depending on how much you're trading with and your time horizon. It really matters. But yeah, guys, hopefully this made sense. There's a lot of stuff I'm planning to do with this channel soon. I want to start live streaming very frequently. I feel like it's a lot better for me. I can cover a lot more things during a live stream. I can do like pretty lengthy live streams and just chill with you guys in front of my computer. I'm waiting on new equipment. I'm waiting on a new monitor. I'm waiting on a computer. I'm waiting. I'm looking at some Macs, but yeah, I'm waiting on some stuff. I want to start live streaming for you guys. I want to show you guys me, like no edit, no nothing. I want to show you guys me doing what I do, and I feel like that's gonna be very very fun, and it's gonna be worth my time. Hopefully, it's worth your guys' time to watch as well. But I'll catch you guys on the next video. Take care, and yeah, see you soon.